Hello, Gabi. Hello, Samara. Very well, guys. I'm sorry that I confused you with all the links for the live. It's just that I was trying to do the live stream again with my computer, but hello, Parvati. But it's a mess. Like, I don't know. I took my time to actually learn about it. I did the setting. I did, and the StreamYard one. It froze. The images it freezes. So it is, for me, it's like the most friendly, like beginner friendly. But then I was trying with the OBS, the Ops Studio, and just the camera, the webcam wouldn't turn on. So I don't know, we're going to continue. And we're going to continue with my cell phone, that's it. Hello, Hope. Hello, Carlos. Hola. So that's it, guys. Okay, I have nothing left to add. But I did my homework, I did my research, and my computer probably sucks. My laptop, it's a bit not so good. Definitely the camera is great, because I think the quality is great. But probably my laptop is a bit like... Yesterday I joined a Zoom gathering with the blog creator, Nico Lionsheart, and I had a lot of fun, guys, because they also like introduced a tarot reader. Yes, Nico, a tarot reader, and they were taking requests. I believe that live, that Zoom gathering lasted like 5 hours. 5 hours, because it started at 5 p.m. my time, and I believe it was like 9:30, and I was like, okay, I'm going to disconnect because my cell phone was dying, my computer was dying, but I had a lot of fun and I loved it. Definitely you should like check if you want like an astrological reading with your bias or with yourself and other people. They're amazing. The way, the knowledge that they have. Yes, Wake Up Friends. Yes, Wake Up Friends was there. And the fee was totally like very it wasn't expensive, and you had like an overall forecast, and I had so much fun. I would have actually purchased one for me because also the community, the people there, I believe we were like 25 people, and everyone was so nice with each other. We had a lot of fun. It was very friendly environment, very respectful, but also very mature. that I believe that that's something that is very important, because somehow, we were talking about certain subjects that are for adults, and that it depends on who the audience is. Sometimes people get offended when you talk about, I don't know, this idol, for example, being a man, or having like men, or just a human being necessity, and everyone gets offended, and they are like, oh no. So, it's not for everyone. You have to be open minded and mature. But I had a lot of fun. Actually, I'm waiting because my synastry chart that she has to do with me and Utah. I'm going to meet her like at afternoon my time. So that afternoon, maybe like 4 5 p.m. my time. I don't remember exactly. But I was like, do I do a live? Because I'm sure she will tell me a lot of things, and I will want like to save the experience, and I would want to share it with you guys, what I got, and the experience of a synastry and the aspects and everything. So I was like, maybe tomorrow I will do a live for whoever is interested, and whoever is available tomorrow at the time that I go live. And if you want to hear about it, about me ranting about me and Utah's astrological compatibility, you feel like you are welcome to do so if you want to join. Because this is my first reading, like, just to see the idol experience, because like I had done reading for people that had asked me actually their compatibility, or to pull cards, like how they would be, energetically with each other, with their favorite. But I never done it for myself. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Yesterday I was listening to another one that it was for another person that was in there, that she did requested like a tarot reading for her in Utah, and she also did a compatibility reading for her in Chan, and for her in Mark, and somehow she got really good like feedback. We were all cheering for her, because some people in there didn't get like a good compatibility resolution. um, but in this case, this person did get it with the free idols that she requested. So we were like really happy for her. And we were laughing because we were like, oh, you're the chosen one. Energetically, you just have to go and fly to Korea, and just. We were like, Samara, we were rooting for her. We were like, yes, go. Like, yes, my synastry, and I pulled cards for me and my bias, and it was like awful. But if you have a chance, if you have a chance, and she picked three different people, and she got really good feedback from the tarot and the astrological ones. She got, and the other girls, the other females, they really got like, one of them, I remember that they did a compatibility reading with Hechan, and basically the whole reading was like about how they would argue all the time if they were a couple. They would argue for the stupidest and smallest things, and we were like, oh no. And this happened a few times, in a few readings. And this person got a very positive one. So we were like, oh, you're the chosen one. You're the the star says that you're the chosen one. because it's like this, actually, guys. Some people do have that energy that they are compatible with a lot of people, and then there are others that it's like, I don't know, it's like very, um, I don't know, it's problematic. It's I don't know. Like that's why I do have other biases. I do have other biases. Um, but knowing my biases, like I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if someone like a reader would tell me, no, you're not compatible with your bias. I would totally get it. I would get it. I wouldn't be sad about it. I wouldn't be surprised because I do think that probably my biases are like a true representation of myself. So it's like, would you date yourself? No. Like, like when you know that you are a bit like complex. Yes, Samara, she's going to share yes, she's going to share the recording because she did record the Zoom meeting. She's going to share it, so you can listen to us. Well, listen to her and probably read our comments. But she did say some. Oh my God, I find out a lot of things about certain idols. Oh, you're not able to download it? Oh, I will see if I can do it because from the last time I checked, it wasn't available yet. And she was so sweet. She was so I'm sorry. I struggle. English and the nouns. It's a whole thing for me because in Spanish I'm used to it, but in English, oh, I'm so bad at that. We, no, they, not we. I'm sorry. My English is broken today. My English is broken, and here in Latin America, we use a lot like the different pronouns, but in English, I struggle so much because in my mind, I know who I'm referring to, but in English, it's just, I don't know, I'm stuck with he and she, and I really have to correct that because it's not okay. But yeah, it's probably because I don't use it like in English that much, but in Spanish I'm used to it. But I suck in English. Oh, you missed the live. I was going to actually share the link. I was going to remind you guys, but I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't like. I didn't remember if some of you like followed them actually. So I was like, do I share it or not? Like, you know. Um, but it was great. It was great. Like it was a great. It's the first time that I participate, and it was amazing. It was amazing. One day I would want to do like a sort of, I'm still a very like high spirit. My channel is very small. It's not that wow of a channel, but I would love to do like a collaboration with them. Definitely. Like, especially because their analysis, it's so Oh my, it's so, when you sometimes, and this is just like astrology, but in my case, since I know the basics of astrology and I love astrology, but I'm no expert, but I do use my perception a lot, and also the tarot helps me a lot. And there are some things that I always see in the cards, or that I think about when I think about their astrological placements, and sometimes I don't want to say them because I don't know. It's just like a thought, a perception that sometimes it comes in my mind. And when I read a proper astrologer that is able to put it into words, in a sort of like narrative that we all can read and understand, especially because we are talking about English, and English is not my native language. So, but when I read their analysis, I'm like, there are some parts of that, that they express certain things about an idol, and I'm like, wow, I got that. At some point, I got that, and I just didn't know how to put it into words. And when I read them, I get this sort of like deja vu. I get this strong feeling of like I've seen this before, and I feel so reassured and so happy. I'm like, oh, like, because sometimes I'm like, I don't want to say things because I'm like, am I being like, am I imagining things maybe, or maybe this doesn't have anything to do with what I'm analyzing or trying to interpret it at the moment. But when I see that someone else sees it too, I feel so like reassured, and also I feel the opposite way. Sometimes I listen to other tarot readers or astrologers, like also talking about some traits about certain idols, and I don't see what they see. Honestly, I don't see it. Uh, that's why I don't. I try not to interpret other people's readings because what they get is their experience, is their moment. It's a. Of course, you can take one card and be like, oh yes, you pull this card, and in that card I saw, and I think that this card, that card that you pulled, maybe it was this. But when it comes to a whole reading, like, it's the reader's experience, and I think that also is a bit disrespectful, to be like judging a reading because a lot of things happen during the reading. A lot of things. A lot of things. It's not just like you having a script and you reading, and you know, it's it's something that, and also is so intimate. It's so intimate because if you think about it, guys, tarot reading is an intimate craft. In a sense that, for example, if I have to think about the first time I got a tarot reading from someone, like face to face, I remember it was in at the place of. I remember this woman, this older woman. She was from Brazil, and she had these beautiful saints, and I remember going to her house, and she also like did some cleansing with herbs to my body. She was so beautiful, so bright, vibrant, so. But she invited me to this small, like, um, a small room that it was very like, you know, like um, very humble. You know, it was very humble, just two chairs and a table. And I remember she pulled cards for me, and these cards were really old. Like, I don't know, I have this image of as if the cards had been used for a long time. Because back then, like 25 years ago, you know, you couldn't like have like a whole collection of decks, at least not not where I live. And I don't think they were that available. I believe it was the Marseillais, the Marseillaise, and the Rider White, and that's it. And she had a tarot deck that it was like almost like losing its drawings. You know, it was like the images were faded, were like, and the cards also were a bit like broken on the side. You know, a bit like cut. And I remember that she would pull only the major arcana. She would pull only on she would have the whole deck, but she would separate them and would use the major arcana. And with those major arcana, she would tell me a lot of things. It was more on the predictional. It was more prediction, yes, yes, because you know, yeah, we are filled of superstitions in here. So back then, the tarot readings were like, oh yes, I'm going to tell you your future. But I remember that she told me, and then I had a lot of encounter with different like people from religions that they would be like, oh, you have a gift, you have to develop that gift. Like probably not now, because I was very young, but she was like, you eventually, as you get older, you will come to peace with that gift, and you will use it. Because she was like, you are afraid of that gift. And I remember I would tell her, I want to be a tarot reader. And she was like, not now. Because she was like, you have to live your life first. You have to experience things about life before. Because also when you start like practicing spirituality or, you know, divination, you know, somehow, you know, you enter in the high priestess energy. And when you enter the high priestess energy at a very young age, you get comfortable with the knowledge and also being like, oh, the cards are going to tell me this, or I will have the cards and I will use the cards and I will use the cards for everyone and I will be of service to everyone. So, you know, and sometimes it's important for you to go and live your life. Like, it's okay that you are interested in esoteric things and you want to know and you are curious, but don't forget that for you to be able to understand other people's experiences, you have to go out in the real world and experience it yourself. Sometimes when we go too much on the spiritual side, we forget about, I don't know, the material side. For me, it had always been a huge lesson because I have South Node in Scorpio and North Node in Taurus. So I have to find an equilibrium between spirituality and also between stability. So yes, you can do both. But, you know, don't lean too much on the other side or the other side. Don't get much on the business and making money and working long hours and, you know, don't forget about the spiritual side, but also that don't get too much into the spiritual. Go out there and live life. And that also, I believe, it happens when you are a fan of K-pop, when you're a fan of anything. But when you are a fan of idols, you know, and you are like, oh, because I'm so happy that they found someone that they are dating, you know. But oh, what a, I mean, you are very happy for your idol, but what about you? You know, what about your experience? Bad, average, whatever. But this is what I think, and this is something that actually I was discussing with the group, with the community that we were in there, with the tarot reader that was in there as well. They were talking about a certain like an idol. I don't remember who. And we were talking about, you know, what that person would like, you know, what they would feel attracted to, you know, if about their sexuality, you know, their fantasies and stuff. And I was like mentioning that for me, sometimes when I read for idols, I do see lack of experience. I feel like some of them don't know what they want in love. They don't know what they want, what they find attractive. You know, because since I do readings a lot about the ideal romantic partner and what they find attractive, you know, or what they are looking for in love, when the cards that I get, the energy that I get, is that some of them are very inexperienced. That they are very like deprived of love, of experiencing romance, feelings. Yes, they can like perform and sing about love. But when it comes to the real life and real experiences, some of them, according to my perception, some of them I do feel like they are very inexperienced in that area. Very inexperienced. So I don't know, and the reader was saying like, yes, that actually they feel the same. That that's that's a point, that's a part of the idols that we maybe like think that because they say, oh yes, what is your ideal type? Oh yes, my ideal type is someone that is a good person, or someone that looks innocent, someone that has short hair, long hair. And I don't know, maybe they end up marrying their high school sweetheart, or their neighbor, their childhood neighbor, their, I don't know, because they do not have much time to experience relationships. And even if you think like, oh, but they date other idols, when do you have time? When do they have time to actually like experience, like, you know, a relationship that is it's something that it has to grow, that you have to work on every day. It's not when you are available. To be in a long-term commitment, you have to put the effort. And sometimes, even when you put the effort, things go wrong. Things end up very bad. So, you know, could depend on perception. My traditional horoscope reading paints me as some kind of shameless and innocent person. Well, if being my own person means I'm not decent enough, so be it. Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel so too, especially with the ones who debuted at an early age. Honestly, I'm not sharing anyone, but I just find doing some readings for the younger idols, most popular ones right now, not that informative. They barely show themselves. Mm. Yeah, I mean, they could have their ideal, but honestly, their ideal can change. Can change. Actually, I believe that I had done readings for people that I had read in the past, and some ideals change. And also, we have to think that the ideal, yes, we all have an ideal, but then when we actually meet someone, those ideals can change, or maybe they we can never fulfill them, you know. Um, but yeah, yeah, there are some idols that definitely I that they are not that experienced, you know, or that fearless to take the lead. For example, I don't know, they may have like that very strong attitude on stage, but when it comes to relationships, they are very clumsy, very clumsy, very clumsy. Remember that there was this old video of Jackson, him meeting his like a very famous female wrestler, and that she would come and visit him by surprise. She would knock on the door and appear on the door, and he would freak out and run through the whole like a space and department and actually hiding from her. He didn't want to miss her. And that is your rapper right there. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember. I was like, Jackson, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. Maybe if I saw you in person in front of me, I would like freak out. But I don't know if I would run away from him. Like, I don't know. Maybe there's another expression of being shy. I just would freeze, but I wouldn't move. Why would I run away? I, I don't know. I don't know if you guys remember that episode. I believe it's not GOT7. It wasn't GOT7 content. It was him and other idols probably living in a department, in a building. I don't remember exactly. So tomorrow, get ready for the tea, guys. Even if it's the beginning of the week. Roommate reality show, something like. Yes, something like that, yes. I remember that he would be running away from that female. And she was very pretty. She was very pretty. I get it, but come on. If you are comfortable in front of the cameras, you are running away, imagine us. That we have no media training. Oh, they released it? It was so much fun. Please, Samara, you have to listen to it. You have to listen to it. Please. You are going to be laughing. You're going to be laughing. I was going to suggest it to you yesterday, but I was like, oh, maybe she doesn't follow them. Yes, it's a very long one, so yes. I do. We have talked about them before. Ah, okay. Okay. Just that since, the Discord was so quiet, so like calm, I was like, oh, maybe people are busy, maybe they're enjoying their Saturday, so that's why I didn't want to share the link, because I was like, oh, maybe they're busy. Oh yes, no, that's okay. But I was like thinking about yesterday, that the Discord was very like quiet. So I was like, oh, everyone is enjoying their Saturday. We talk every day, of course. So I was like hesitant to share the link because I was like, no, everyone is minding their business. Let them rest. Like we can talk about K-pop another time. Actually, I almost like forgot about the the time that they were going live, because um, I had to like convert it to my time zone, and it was a bit confusing because I didn't know if it was 4 or 5 p.m. my time. It was confusing. No. So what are we reading about today, guys? Do you have any suggestions? Here I change scenarios. I know I tried my best to renew my uh, my place where I usually am, but today it's very hot again. So I came here that I have the AC on. So because otherwise I would melt in the other room. So I came here. Hi, Monica. So, do you have suggestions, guys? Uh, for today's readings. Live readings. IN? Ah, okay. Oh, Tvxq con HYBE. Wanted to know about Pentagon Hui. Yes, I did hear Parvati. That guy, I don't know why. I remember, I know he worked in another K dramas, but I remember seeing him in this K drama that would remember what Netflix used to have really bad K dramas, but because you wanted to see what was available. I remember I started the one that he was like the main lead, that I believe that it was like Chicago typewriter. Chicago typewriter. Yeah, Chicago Driver. Yes. And I didn't like him in that. I don't know why. I was like, that guy is awful. Like I don't know. Like I remember I watched the first episodes and him acting all cocky and with the female. I was like, oh, you are like not very nice. And I don't know why I got that perception of him not being really nice. Like, and I had watched like other, you know, like other uh, actors playing this kind of distant and cold. But for some reason, I didn't like him. I didn't like him. I don't know why I felt like he wasn't nice. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Perhaps you could do some reading about who? Bahiyyih? Bahiyyih? Isn't she a she? Itzy career. Oh, Bahiyyih from Kepler. Natalia, we don't do personal readings. We only do readings for. I only do readings for K-pop related. Oh yes, I know Monica. It's Huening little sister. Yes, it's career. I mean, I do personal readings for my clients, but those are paid, and you have to send me an email. And yes, I can do readings, personal readings. But in here, at the moment, in the channel, we talk about K-pop. Okay. Let's begin with Ian. Are you a K-pop fan, Natalia, or you just wanted a reading for yourself? Oh, this Ian. Okay. Stray Kids, Ian. Okay. He got Two of Swords, Page of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, he got Sun in Sagittarius, Enthusiasm. I do like Jason as well. I kinda like Jason as well. There's something about him, I don't know why, but I like him. I must say. It's the only one that I like. I don't know why, and I don't know what maybe is about him, but I do like him. Yes, like he definitely caught my attention in. I don't know if it was the MV of Black Suit. Yeah, yeah, I just like him. I saw a brief like moment of him, and I was like, oh, that one. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because he's talented. You know, his voice is really, um, you know. Mm. But I do like his voice also. Okay. So for Stray Kids IN, um, I believe that he is, he's like, um, he's going through a moment where actually he's starting to maybe speak up about a few things, you know, probably like being a bit more like, uh, outspoken, you know, and actually like getting out of that, of this, you know, getting out of this state of like, oh, I can't, I shouldn't, like maybe it's not right. I sense that his nature, it's very, like it's very nervous. He definitely has a lot of thoughts, and he hasn't had like the the education or actually having like role models that actually like that they inspire him to be a bit more, to be better at communicating. You know, he still struggles with communicating how he feels, and so sometimes instead of making a decision or being a bit more straightforward, he is like, okay, I better do not say anything because he's very afraid to not sound intelligent. But I believe that since, you know, he is growing, he is like maturing, he's like, you know, I have a few things to say and I'm going to say them. And probably I'm going to hurt someone's feelings, but I'm no longer the cutesy little brother anymore. Like definitely this guy has a lot of, like in that awkward nature of him, I think that he was able to observe his surroundings, observe the group's dynamic, observe the others, and he definitely is very, he's very intelligent and assertive about what he sees. You know, it's just that he's not allowed to express himself. Somehow, I don't know if there are people that are like, oh, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't think like this, you know, this is not correct. So he would always hesitate and have like, feel a bit embarrassed to have an opinion even, you know, so but now he's changing, you know, he's changing, his energy is changing, and he's like, okay, I'm going to be a bit sharper. I'm going to be a bit more honest, and I'm going to be a bit more straightforward, and then probably you're going to hear some interesting things coming from his mouth. So you definitely like should anticipate that. And he also has the two of Pentacles, so he's waiting for a change. He's waiting for like a chance to show himself more. I believe that this guy is extremely bored. Like he has so much potential, but at the same time, it's like, you know, he got to choose. So there's a lot of like, should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? I don't know what to do. Like very, very immature, like very, very inexperienced, and he doesn't have an identity yet. And he wants to be mature. I believe there's a female that You know, I got to clarify. Maybe it's his mother. Maybe it's his mother. But it seems like everyone like restrict him. And it's like, do not decide. I will decide for you. But he's very intelligent, guys. He's a very intelligent guy. It's just that, you know, it seems that he has to wait for his turn, and his turn never comes. But he got the sun in Sagittarius. So the sun in Sagittarius is to finally feel excited for something new. So probably here also with the wands here, probably what he wants is change. He wants change. I believe that what will benefit him at the long run will be to experience different cultures. So, if they're going to be very active when it comes to concerts and going overseas, those experiences are going to allow him to be a bit more like a bit more himself. He has a lot of potential. And also, he's a very positive guy, you know, and he has the potential to expand and be better. It's just that they baby him too much, you know. They want him to stay like, oh, don't worry, you don't know. No, it's okay because you're young. You know, like they want to like he keep him in that forever, and it's like, no, I want to break free from that. I'm older. But definitely like experiencing different cultures, like going overseas, like is going to benefit him. It's going to set him a bit free. He needs to open his mind. He needs to study more also. I think that he's a guy that he shouldn't, like, I don't know if he's still in at school, but he should keep studying at the same time. He shouldn't quit studying because he's very intelligent. He's very intelligent. And actually, you know, um, yeah, he's a very intellectual guy. So I don't know what he's doing in the entertainment industry because he's very versatile and he's like. But see, he also got the strength that is the Leo card. You know that he's a moon in Leo, but somehow, yes, he has to unleash the potential of his moon in Leo. But it's probably his Aquarius sun that is the opposite of Leo. That there's a push and pull between the Aquarius side of him, you know, of being a like in the clouds, you know, very imaginative, very intelligent, very intellectual, and also that need to shine. He wants to shine. He wants to be, he doesn't want to be just the magnet, he wants to be the center. He wants to be the center of attention. This is his hidden desire. He wants to be like the one that gets all the looks, you know, the one that you are like, oh, look at Ian, how he's changed. Look. You know, already he also wants to be complimented by his looks, you know. He could surprise people, actually. He have a Leo placement by any chance. Just that there's like, he has potential, but somehow he's like stuck in there because he's been told, you know, Okay, let's move on about. Yes, that's the thing, Samara, and he knows it. He knows it. It's just that yes, with that the card he got from the Oracle, the Sun in Sagittarius, he has to open his eyes to different cultures. He has to always remain well informed. This is why I would encourage him to keep studying something. Like, do not just settle to be an idol, just an idol. Like, study other languages, like study something else, because he has the potential and he has the intelligence to be in the industry, but also, to be doing some homework. He can do it. He can do it. Yeah, it's just that I think that probably he would be like, he would get a bit more attention if they would let him release some solo project. But he's so like overprotected by the other members that they somehow like underestimate him. It's like, oh, you are the youngest, you don't know. So yeah, he has it tough, honestly, in there. I don't know why, but uh, it seems like he will not be able to get out of being babied all the time, because it seems like he's not taken seriously. That everything he does is like, oh, the cute baby, oh, they're like, oh, and he's like, come on, guys. It gets annoying. Actually, I'm reading for him and I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting annoyed on my skin. It's like, don't touch me. I'm not a baby. You are the baby. I mean, you want to be the magnet? Do you want to take my place? Do you want to be the baby? Go ahead. He feels a bit like, and he just nods and smiles because, well, it's, he's no fool. It's his role. It's the role that he got. But he's like, oh, I want something else. Like, I want something else, really. Okay, Tvxq with HYBE. To see how their view of each other. Tvxq and HYBE. Yeah, but he feels very restricted, and I kinda get it. I kinda get it, because there are some groups that they encourage their magnets to improve themselves. It's like when you congratulate them for doing some independent things, like, okay, you went there to MC by yourself. We, the Hyungs, we are happy for you. Like, yes, we make fun of you because you're a baby and whatever, but we saw you in there and we are very excited for you. We are very excited for you. But, Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, guys, when they did this episode in Kingdom, where they had they have this camping day, where they play sports and compete with each other, all the groups. When they had this camping day, the Magnus, they had to read like the rules of the competition. So the boys Eric, and that he's one of the youngest, and also Ayen, had to go and to recite and read this vow. So, and you definitely did notice like the difference. Even though Eric, it's he was born in the 2000s, and I believe that IN is from 2002. Is he? Well, I know that probably IN is younger than Eric. But there's a different posture. 2001. There's a different posture between the two of them. Because, and even Eric's birthday is, well, it's the 20-something of December. Like, it's almost like the end of December, the end of 2000. So if IN's birthday is on February of 2001, they would be like 2 months apart from each other. 2 months apart of each other. And you definitely did so. Like, even though, yes, Eric was also trying to be cute because he definitely enjoys being the magnet, but he has another, like body language, like, but why? Because Eric is in a group where despite there are a lot of members, but all of them somehow tease him and challenge him to be a bit more of a man. So it's like, yes, we often make fun of you and everything, but since he has certain members that he also admires, that is Jujeon, Hyunjae, Sanyeon, all these members that are very masculine and that are very dominant. So he's like, I want to be like you. It's like this sort of brother that acts as if he was like more mature or older, and he's actually very young. Well, he is that sort of like magnet, the magnet that wants to be seen as older. And he's like, I don't want to be cute. Like, yes, I will be cute to the fans if the fans ask me to. But at the end of the day, don't forget that I am a member of this group. And I am ambitious as well. And I want to be seen as well. And I want to get the audience and the fans' attention as well. Like, yes, I'm the magnet, but I am my own person as well in this group. And I know that, and probably he has that need because there are so many members. And somehow if you do not have like a strong presence, for example, he talks a lot. Eric talks a lot. Like, you see him, he usually is the one that chats with Yobi the most in English, Korean, and he's always like networking with people of other groups. He's not shy at all. So he is a guy that he's like, oh, like, this is my career. Like, I have to make a name for myself. I have to make people remember who I am. Not just the magnet of the group. I want to be known. Yeah. Yeah. But he has potential. He definitely has potential because of that moon in Leo. It's just that the moon sign, it's hidden. Probably it's going to take a while for him to allow himself to be like, I want to be a bit more greedy. Like, he has to reconcile with the idea that he wants to be seen, that he wants to be the center, that he wants to be the number one, that he wants to be admired as well. He wants to shine. And he just has to do it for himself, because actually he's also like restricting himself because he doesn't let the others know that actually he doesn't want that for himself. He wants something else. He wants to be seen, Okay, let's begin. Let's move on with the readings. We got Tvxq and HYBE, like how they would be their dynamic. I have Tvxq in here. Let's get him to meet Monster X Magna. Exactly. Exactly. Mm. Okay, from Tvxq side, we got the card of Jupiter in Scorpio, manipulation, the Death card, Page of Cups, and from HYBE's perspective, they got the card of Page of Swords, Five of Wands, and Mars in Libra, choice. Um, Honestly, I believe that from Tvxq perspective, it's like they're welcoming the change. Probably they already knew about this, or they are very well aware of how things are developing. And I believe that probably some of them are the first ones to know about these movements and this whole thing that is changing. And they are welcoming it. I mean, they are welcoming change. It's not that they have like an opinion, like they don't have favorites. They just are very business smart, and they are like, okay, we've been through changes before, like, like we get it. And actually, like, I wouldn't be surprised if some Tvxq member has a great relationship with HYBE, or with someone from HYBE, because they have the Page of Cups. So they are like, there's a bit of familiarity in there. There's a bit of familiarity in there. Like, there's not. But yes, definitely they do see HYBE as this effect that is going to change everything. The change is already happening. So there's no way to avoid it. It is what it is. Let's embrace the chaos, the change. So I don't know. Does anyone know if they are very close with Lisuman? Uh-huh. Son cercanos. They are close. Miss say. Mm. Yeah. Yes. I believe they are a bit like, they are content. They are embracing they are embracing the novelty, because actually they knew that this was going to happen. So there's no, like, they are not taking it as something traumatic, or like they're not freaking out. They are already like, I believe that probably they had gone through moments where they were a bit uncomfortable with some decisions that were made in the company, and they just didn't say things because but definitely, like, I believe the Tvxq is embracing the change. And also they got the card of manipulation, that is Jupiter in Scorpio. So I definitely sense this reading from their side. It's very emotional, and I believe that probably they had been manipulated in the past, or they were about to be manipulated by someone of the company, and they were like praying for this change to happen. This change to happen. So they were like, oh, thank God this happened, because we were this close to make some very, like, they were going to end, you know um, yeah, they felt manipulated at some point. They will adapt. They will adapt. They don't have any kind of like animosity towards HYBE actually. Yeah, they felt like manipulated, you know, so they felt manipulated. So I believe that this was slowly pushing them to do or say something that it was going to create a bit of more chaos. So now that this transformation is coming from an unknown source or from someone that is outside, it's like, okay, let's take what we can and let's just embrace it. And from HYBE's perspective, they have the Page of Swords and the Five of Cups, the Five of Wands. So probably, you know, from HYBE's perspective, like honestly, um, they got Mars in Libra. So even though there's a lot of people that could be like afraid for the artist and a bit like apprehensive about, you know, what if they influence the artist and what if something happens to the artist. And I believe, at least from what I'm seeing here and also from the cards that I'm seeing towards Tvxq, they definitely, their goal is to keep the ideas and the comebacks alive. Like I said when I pulled cards for this subject that we were mentioning like last weekend, but we were talking about the possibility of SM releasing 41, was it 41 albums or something like that? And I was like, guys, get ready, because I don't know if they are going to reach that amount, but probably they are going to be working a lot. And I believe that this had to do with HYBE, because somehow I see that their idea, HYBE's idea, is to introduce ideas and actually to join forces with the artists and get them to work, but not in a like overworking them and you know, get them all exhausted, nothing at all, because they have Mars in Libra, that is the card of choice. So they will give the artist, I'm reading for Tvxq. I don't know if this will be like opened for everyone, but they will give them the choice to choose what they want to work on and also to submit their ideas. They will give them a sort of like, at least for Tvxq, they will give them like creativity, creative freedom. They will give them what they want. But yeah, there has to be like a lot of talks and also like cooperation from those artists as well. This is why they're already like, you know, showing the Page of Cups, because they're like, okay, you want to take us into consideration, we appreciate that. Then yeah, that's what I got when I read for them. That they lose interest. They are not going to get their hands on the artist. It's not going to get that far. It's just that I believe that the fans should stay away from Twitter, should stay away from people making their analysis, and like, just, this is business, guys. This is business. It's business. It's business. It's not like your artists are going to be left out on the streets, like, you know, they are not going to get fired or relocated. No. It's not going to get that far. It's very far away from the artist. It's very far away. It's us, the ones that we are making the assumptions, like, oh, here is HYBE and here is the artist, and they're going to, no way. Don't worry. Just, like the cards that they got, that the artist got from their perspective. They have to keep working. They cannot say anything, they cannot, they just have to keep concentrated and working, and that's it. Let the business people arrange the business people. No, 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 no. Especially with the popularity that they have, no, don't worry. No, don't worry. No. There is not going to happen to HYBE. Maybe if it was a very small company that didn't stand a chance, but the thing is this, they need to keep working very hard, because those people are watching, so they need to keep like showing why they are the best. They cannot. This is why when I read for them last weekend, I got all these cards that even the ones that just came out of the military, they are going to be pushed, rushed to get back to work. This year is going to be all about working. Like, go practice. I know they practice. I know SM artists are not lazy, not at all. But probably this year is going to be a very busy year, in a sense that you are going to hear a lot of different and continuous promotions and comebacks from different artists, because somehow people are seeing the numbers and they are like, okay, we want to keep the numbers high. So what do? We put everyone out there, everyone. Even let them compete with each other, compete among each other. Like, let's see, we put NCT and we put NCT Dream, and then we put EXO, and then we put the other and the girls and the soloists and everyone against each other, But just so you can see and also like watch the their influence. So probably if there was like some project that was just sleeping, they are going to put them to work. So, probably this means Lucas as well. We were worried the other day about Lucas. Oh, Lucas, well, what's going on with Lucas? Lucas is going to also have to work. Everyone. Oh, it's going to be a busy year. Remember, mark my words. Remember what I told you. A few months from now, you're going to see it. Okay. I'm going to pull cards for Pentagon Hui. He got the Temperance, a Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, and Mercury in Pisces. So definitely, I remember I did pull cards for him and he was a bit like down energetically, but now I see that starting with the Empress, definitely definitely he's healing. He's connecting with his resources. And he's getting help from someone that is like somehow like inviting him, okay, let's go, let's do something. Let's get you out there. Let's get you off this. He's healing. And also see he got Mercury in Pisces. So it's the card of inspiration. So he's slowly like, his energy is moving. His energy is moving, definitely. He's healing. He's understanding a few things. He's also understanding his value. But yeah, he definitely does need the support. The support of this female is very important to him. It's like this person is like, come on, come on. He's on that show for boys. I think it's called Boys Planet. Oh. Oh. Yeah, he's healing. And he's slowly like connecting with his power. Like definitely he's starting to gain more confidence. Is he still part of that group, of that competition? It's like he's starting to recognize like his value. That he has the potential. It's just that he has to connect with inspiration. Yeah, it's also about balance. Like, is he in there because he... Is he in there because he wants to get paid, or he will be paid like an extra money, or because it does seem like he is there because he needs more resources, like even material gain. Mm. Yeah, he definitely is looking for a right compensation. He's like, I'm in there because I want to get some compensation for my work. But yeah, probably he has someone that did give him like a good like like some advice that it just made him connect with his value, because he was feeling very down, very like unmotivated. But now he's like, okay, I get it. I have to fight this. I have to connect with my talent as well. Okay, I'm going to pull some cards for Bahiyyih from Kepler, Huening sister. She got the Knight of Wands, Four of Wands, a lot of energy, Wheel of Fortune, and the Sun. She's a Leo, right? I know she's a Leo. And from the Oracle, she got the card of Venus in Aquarius, Detachment. So yeah, I think that definitely is she having a comeback? Is she having a comeback with the group that she's in? Like definitely I see like there are some projects, there could be a project for her coming her way, and somehow also giving her more exposure and like moving, because of the Wheel of Fortune. like the energies are moving, like everything, it's like for her to shine even more, for her to connect with popularity. I definitely, this girl has a lot of potential. It's just that she had been a bit like kept in the dark, and probably the group as well, you know, not just her. But definitely I don't see her like she had been like resting. I see this group and the people that manage them, they have been working really hard with a new concept, new idea, new comeback, but somehow maybe they are waiting for someone's response, or they are waiting for someone confirmation. Somehow the group that she works with, like, is not very independent. They do have to wait a moment for someone to give them permission. So yeah, but definitely with the Wheel of Fortune, there's a possibility that they could have like a successful comeback. Or actually, because this reading is for her, and for her to actually find like a sort of gig or activity that allows her to have her moment to shine. But yes, definitely, I think that the resolution is that this girl, despite of the group or the identity of the group, she has the potential to be a soloist, or she has the potential to be remembered or appreciated the most. You know, even if there are some people that don't like it, she does have that star quality. She does stand out, whatever the reason you want to call it, but she does stand out. And when it comes to how she's doing, actually she's doing very well. She had been busy, she is studying, she is preparing herself, she's ready. She's ready for when the opportunity is being offered to her. And also, since she got Venus in Aquarius, you know, the card of detachment. Actually, if people feel sorry for her, or if people feel a certain way about her, actually she's very far away from those comments or from people's perspective. She had been detached from that from that side of the people's perception. She had been like pushed away from that. Maybe this is it was like a decision made by her parents or her family or her management, you know. But the adults in her life has decided to to preserve her possibility to connect with work and with her potential, and to develop it in time and correctly. They had like push her like away from the media's perception. You know, probably she doesn't read comments. She has everything, like she doesn't see anything. If I mean, she is just focused on keep working on herself. And also, since she has like Venus in Aquarius, actually is not that big of a deal actually. So if there are some people that feel like she has been mistreated in some way, she doesn't see it like that. Actually, she feels very far away from what people see of her. You know, actually, maybe, I don't know, if someone is sorry for her, she's like, I don't see it that way. Like, actually, she doesn't feel like negative. No, she's very happy to do what she's doing. And also, she's also looking forward to other possibilities, and also to keep working with the group. She's very happy. She's very happy. So I don't know, because I don't know much about Kepler. I know I read for them, but I don't know much. But about her, about Bahiyyih, she, like, the energy is very cheerful, but it's also very, like, she's focused on herself. You know, she's focused on living this experience to the fullest, and she's very grateful to have it. So no negativity in her aura. So yes, definitely I believe with that, with Venus in Aquarius, definitely I believe that she's being protected and being like kept far away from some people's comments. and this is why she's able to enjoy and see the new, like what's available for her, because she doesn't see the negative comments nor the criticism, you know, she's just there. She's just there, she's ready, she's working, just like the other girls as well. They are waiting for their moment, and they are living the moment and enjoying that they what they have available now. About the future, they don't know. But when the opportunity arrives, they're going to be ready. They are going to be prepared. But it's not that deep. It's not that. Okay. Itzy career. I think I read for Itzy. Didn't I read for Itzy last weekend? Oh. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to be brief because nothing has changed here. Nothing much has changed. They got the Queen of Wands, Ten of Wands, Nine of Swords, Knight of Swords, and then they got Moon in Aries, protection. So what is with this narrative that the girls must be protected? Like, what is going on with that? Like, somehow they, again, you know, we talked about this card the other day, about the need to baby the idol. It's like, the girls can protect themselves by themselves, don't worry about it. They start with the Queen of Wands, so they are trying to remain strong and positive, and you know, also a very like a vibrant energy. It's just that they are, you know, they are grown women. This is the reality. They probably feel a bit, yes, a bit tired and a bit worried about probably some concepts that they some people want to give them, you know, some concept about, I don't know if they are being offered a concept or some music that has to do with them acting younger than their age or acting a bit more cute. And actually their concept has never been like cute. Actually they, you know, they are represented by the Queen of Wands, so they have very strong female energy, you know, resilient, strong. They have the potential to also bring this very powerful image. But I don't know why they are being trained to somehow like remain youthful and remain like very bubbly, and they are like, this is not us actually, you know, this is not our concept actually, like um so um you know, they have moments, because they have the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Swords. They definitely have moments where they feel pity for themselves, honestly. They feel like I don't know if they had been working a lot on the details for the, are they having a comeback? Because they are working non-stop on the details, or probably like a choreography and something, and they cannot get it right, and they are a bit like tired. They are a bit tired of that. Um, and they also feel like sometimes they cannot sleep, they feel worried, they worry a lot about the future. Um, because you know what I think that they feel like that people are not people, but probably the managers are only being harsh on them. Probably like, I don't know if when they rehearse or when they are working on something, they are being asked to do things over and over and over. And it's like, oh, this is not good enough. Like, do it again. Like, do it again. Like, oh, but I already practiced this. No, but do it again. And it's like all the time, all the time, all the time they're being pushed, pushed, pushed. Do more, be more, all the time, all the time. I believe that this is not like, this is not just now. Probably for them, things had always been very hard for them. Very. I sense that a lot of people representing them and actually being like, oh, this is not good enough, do it again. Or people being very strict with them, like, okay, you have to, like I will give you an hour, you have to remember this by memory. Like, there's no, these girls, there's no love and consideration towards them. They are being treated like men, as if they were soldiers. And actually they are female. They are very sensitive. They have moments where they can break as well. But they don't break because they are like, okay, we made it through here. Like, we were treated like even worse. So, let's keep putting the effort. But I think that this, why this has to do with this? Because probably the girls want, and break down and cry out of frustration and actually like shout at people, I mean, like, stop it. You're hurting my feelings. Stop it. I think that this is about them pretending to be stronger than what they are. And actually they are not that strong. They are not this. They are not this. But they were somehow like threatened, either you are this or you are out of the company. We don't want this. We want this. So you better become this. And I think that the people that manage them are not very nice to them. They are very harsh, very, like, I sense masculine energy, very. So I kind of get, the card of the moon in Aries, the protection card. So, I did mention jokingly that, the fans maybe are vaping them, but I believe that probably the fans are right about this. That this is not about vaping someone. This is actually about speaking up for the girls. This is about speaking up for the girls. But they should also they should also put them in their places. They should like shout at them and fight back. It's just that they are so responsible. The girls are so responsible that they will just keep working. They will fall and they will get up and do it again. They will rehearse all the time. Yeah. They don't have much option at the moment. They don't have much option at the moment. At least they don't see the way out at the moment. At the moment, it is what it is. They have to keep working. They have to keep working. Yeah. Yeah, and I put an extra card for the card of protection, and it comes the card of publicity. So maybe, the fans could work a bit more with the publicity, to publish, or actually maybe something is going to happen in the public eye that is going to ring some alarms, and maybe that they could work a bit better on protecting them. Because they're like, I sounds like they are like in a sort of military division, like very, very, like poor girls. What happens is that they won't with Itzy the same impact as for twice, yeah. Yeah, but I don't know why they are so harsh, it seems like it's, I mean, it could also mean when Chaeryong almost fainted on stage. Yeah. Yes, I think I saw that as well. Do you want me to pull cards for her to see how she's doing? To see how Chaeryong is doing? Okay. Chaeryong. She's the one that has like a moon in Capricorn, right? She's Gemini. She's an earth sign. I know she's an earth sign with the moon in Capricorn. I remember her. Sorry guys, I had to turn on my AC because the light got a bit. This word, I have no idea what it is. What is, guys, what is bluff? What does it mean, bluff? Like BLUFF. What does it mean? I have no idea. I'm sure it's something that has to do with communication because it's Gemini. It's Jupiter in Gemini. So it's a way of communication. It means faking or fooling someone. Ah, okay. Yeah, because she got 6 of Cups, 2 of Swords, the Judgment, 9 of Pentacles, and then yes, the card of Bluff. Jupiter in Gemini. So Yeah, I think that definitely, this is not the first time that actually this, like, kind of pretending to know something when you don't. Mm, yeah. I think that this is not the first time that she actually had this sort of episodes. This is something that she had been dealing with a long time ago. This is something from the past. This is something that probably she was like, okay, if you continue having these problems, you will not continue working with us. And she somehow lied about it, or like somehow decided to like pretend that it's not there anymore, a sort of condition, and pretending like it's not there anymore. Um, and I don't know why, maybe that sort of a way of thinking, that mindset somehow like allow her to recover. And I don't think that she fully recovered. I think that she still suffer from the condition, this condition. It's just that she somehow was able to overcome it. Like, since she like decided to pretend like it was, the symptoms were no longer there. Um, because this is a very determined person, honestly, guys. She has a lot of potential. She loves being an artist. She loves being on stage. She got the Nine of Pentacles. Definitely, she's very stubborn. She's not going to give up. If you want to send her to go rest and do something, and just like focus on your health and focus on recovery, she will refuse it. She wants to keep working. She wants to keep being in the industry. So she will, you know, she will do as if it's not that big of a deal. Because right now her priority is other. It has to do something with the stomach condition. Yeah, with bluff, yes. Maybe like lying or pretending like she is okay, but she's really not okay. And actually, I believe that probably what triggers this is stress. Definitely, that girl is very stressed, and she is like She's like, she's like bluffing, because she's trying to put on a mask of like everything's okay. Like even trying to lie to herself and convince herself that everything is okay, but actually it's not okay. Definitely I don't see her, like I see her recovery. I don't see her like, she will do her best to recover because she wants to keep working. This is the reality, guys. She wants to keep working. There's no way someone is going to convince her of otherwise. She wants to keep working. Yeah, you're not going to stop her. Page of Wands. You're not going to stop her. So yes, maybe in the future it could have some repercussions, but at the moment it's like she is not listening to anyone. She's like, okay, I have to go on. I have to keep going. I have a dream. I have a goal. I have a purpose. Like, I'm not stopping. Then someone asked me to pull cards for TXT Soobin. Yeah, she's very determined. Almost fainted. A few hours later, she joined Itzy to be a guest performance for HYBE. Yeah. It's just that that's the reason why the girls keep working in there. It's because they know things get tough, and probably no one compliments them or no one gives them a very loving like feedback. But they understand that this is the company that they sign up for. This is it. No one is going to save them, not even the fans, because this is something that they agree. And yes, sometimes when things get hurt, they definitely want to shout at someone and you know, but at the same time she's like, okay guys, this is all we have to, and also probably for the fans they want to keep this attitude of we have everything under control. It's not what you think. mm. Yeah. Okay, for TXT Soobin, he got the Sun card, Five of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. And he got the card of Riches. I want this card. Saturn in Capricorn, Riches. This man is bling bling. Yeah, yeah. But you know, since exactly, yeah, that emoji. It's just that, you know, he was meant to be famous, honestly. But I think that sometimes he could be much more famous, actually. But there's a part of him that he somehow sabotages himself. He sabotages himself. He has something with fame. There's something about being famous that actually he doesn't like. And he tries to avoid. Especially the exposure. You know, it's something that he's like, I don't deserve to be here. And I don't know why. But he's like, I don't know why people say that I'm so brilliant or I shine so much. Like, I don't get it. I don't see it. But definitely, yeah, it's about self-esteem, probably, you know, and probably not feeling good enough in comparison to the others. Like, I don't know. But he has the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. So definitely a lot more opportunities are coming this year for him where he will be pushed to the spotlight and he will be very successful. And probably is going to be with a female. And I don't know if this female probably is someone that he already knows or it's someone that he's familiar with, maybe someone from HYBE as well, and they're going to do a great like duo. I believe it's someone he worked with before, someone he knows, and this female is going to be like a very like like a lucky charm for him. She's going to be very like, let's go Soobin, let's do this, let's do our best, like let's shine, like let's take our influence and let's have fun. You know, definitely he does get along well with females. You know, because I get this Queen of Swords very friendly, very honest as well. This is not, you know, bubbly and no. This is a very intelligent female, and also very business-like. So she's like, okay, yes, let's use our images to rise the potential of our popularity. That this is the reality. He's there to make money. His status, his face, his body, his whole presence is to make money. He was born to do it. This is his role. And maybe there are moments where he fights with that, you know, where he's like, but only because I'm handsome, or only because some people... He sometimes doesn't understand why people feel so attracted to him, in a sense that he's like, he gets a lot of people attraction and people just want to get to know him. And he's like, but I'm not that interesting. But he's a magnet. He's a magnet for other people. The people really want to be close to him. They really see him like this. Because why? He does represent richness. He gives you this image of a very like polite and a very successful person. This is the image that he portrays. You know, he's like this very tall, model, beautiful, and successful young man, and he shines. But sometimes he doesn't see himself like this. Yes, yes, he's like, why? He's a bit like, you know, like, I don't understand. He even gets a bit confused, you know, like, what's going on? It's just that, you know, he's not that social. That's another thing. He's not that social. But he has the potential. He has the potential to unleash. This is why he needs another one, probably a more communicative counterpart, you know, like a partner or like a co-worker, a colleague who he can rely on that person, and they both can like give a structure to their dreams, you know, because all by himself he feels awkward. He feels awkward. He needs the other part. He needs a partner. He needs a partner that can reassure him, you know, because he will do the work. He will definitely. He's very hardworking. It's just that sometimes he gets lost between all the responsibilities and everything that he had been told that he should do. Oh, you have to be like this and this and this and this. So sometimes he feels a bit dizzy, like, oh, like, yes. You know, and maybe because he's a very simple guy. Maybe this is, I think that he sometimes is like, I'm not that interesting. I don't know why people want to hang out with me. Like, actually, probably, maybe if you listen to him, his taste, you know, what he does, what he's interested in, it's very common. It's very common of someone of his age. Because he's a very simple guy. He's simple, but he's intelligent. You know, when I say simple, it doesn't mean that oh, he's not. He doesn't have depths. Actually, he's very sensitive. He's very sensitive, very sensitive. But he's not that confident as people see when they see his image. You know, they see his image and they look at him like, oh, I wish I was him because he looks flawless. And they think that he has like this confidence, like, you know, he's like, there's nothing to admire about me. I'm just a regular person. Something like that. Oh, Ring wanted me to pull cards for AESPA. What is Rim? What is Rim? Well, they got the World card, Two of Cups, Two of Wands, Nine of Cups. And then from the Oracle, they got the card of Mars in Aquarius, Rebellion. Mwahahaha, Rebellion. I feel that these girls are like here with the World card definitely means that they are like, there's a cycle that is coming to an end, and probably also some connections are coming to an end. I don't know if they were very close with Lee Soo-man or something like that. They are like also like thinking about their future and thinking about, okay, like, what do we do for now? What is our point of view about this? You know, about this new prospect. You know, what do we do? And they're definitely like considering the possibilities of like, yeah, like just focusing on work and focusing on what's to come. You know, they really are ready. They don't know what's ahead. They don't know what this change will bring because they have no idea. But they're like, okay, let's just wait. Let's wait to see what happens, and let's get our dreams come true. Let's keep working towards our dreams. Actually, these girls are very well protected, like in the sense that emotionally, they have a lot of like, you know, good people around them, and also they are like, you know, maybe this is not that bad. What is going to happen to them? Actually, I believe that it's going to be beneficial because maybe something that they wanted to accomplish and somehow it was denied is going to be granted. Is going to be granted for ESPA. So somehow, you know, looking at the uncertainty and being like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen, actually, they will have the opportunity to get something that they wanted. And also here with Mars in Aquarius is the card of rebellion. And I believe that this is what it has to do with everything that is going on. Is that they have the potential to be rebellious. They have the potential to be like, oh no, I have something to say. Or, you know, like, I really don't like this. I want something new. And probably, you know, in the past they didn't have the possibility to say really what they mean. Really what they mean. You know, and actually now it's going to be like, okay, like, you're definitely going to get what they want. And actually the girls are going to feel a bit more like courageous to say what they mean. They really will be like, okay, we have something to say and that we didn't say before. We don't want to do this. We want to do this like on the other way, totally different. So it's going to be very interesting with this Mars in Aquarius. It's going to be very different from what you know these girls from. And they are going to, yes, be very rebellious. This also could mean that they could potentially like also be acting a bit more defiant and different in front of the camera. So, you know, if the fans see something like this, please like support them because they are experimenting with what's, you know, this new change. So you know, if they do or say something that could be controversial, just take it for what it is. Like, it's not that serious. But definitely the girls will be a bit more like probably like being a bit more defiant to the authorities, you know, not so nice like they always were. So yes, this is all I have, guys, for today. I'm so tired. And I'm also melting here because I turned off the AC and it's hot in here. That's why I'm gasping for air because it's really hot. Wait, that I'm going to read you. The bad girl era. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you, man. I don't know why I always want to read Samara like say May, but I don't know. I just love the name Samara, so I always like pronounce it like the whole name because I love it. I love that name. So yeah, thank you guys. So yes, tomorrow, I don't know what time. I probably will let you know after I finish my session with Nico. But I will let you know when I will go live so we can like chat and also like um, I don't I don't know. Maybe we should go on BC instead of me recording live, because since it's a reading for me in Utah, you know, it's I don't think that everyone is actually very interested in hearing that. It's like, yeah, it's your bias, like, you know, we are interested in another artist. So yeah, maybe I will go on BC on Discord so we can, yeah, so we can chat and exchange what we think about it. So yes, guys, I will let you know once I'm finished, and also like when I wrote down my notes, and I will let you know so we can talk about it. So have a great start of the week tomorrow and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you for being here. Bye.